Okay, for our topic, we did animal testing,
I'm Isabel Street.
and I'm Sophia Solms.
So for video one, we found a UCLA protest, which is for animal testing. For their behavioral data, they didn't show any backup evidence during their protest, and they didn't have any extra data that supported their argument. And for the emotional data, they were speaking in favor of humans, so they talked about how some animal testing has saved people.
And for video two, we found it was pretty much an explanation of animal testing and why it's beneficial. And then for behavioral, they talked about why it's used and why we still need it. And they did talk about different options, but the animal testing was like the best in their eyes. And then the emotional data, they kind of just talked more about like ways to make it more humane, to make more people accept it.
For video three, they were against animal testing. It was a company called Unilever, and their employees talked about how they don't use animal testing when they test their products. For behavioral data, they showed and explained alternatives in their company and how it's successfully been running without animal testing. And for emotional data, they try to make the consumer feel good about the products that they're buying from their company because they don't use any animal experimentation.
For video four, they explained different alternatives to animal testing and talked about how serious the issue is, but like how it's kind of hidden still. They used facts and statistics to back up their claims, and then they showed how horrible the conditions are and different ways that animals are tested on to make the audience feel upset and bad for things.
Um, so for small group communication, we related video one to groupthink because in their protest, all of them were agreeing on the same thing and nobody had any other ideas, and they were all chanting the exact same thing.
And then for interpersonal communications, we related behavioral flexibility to the third video because they were more into like finding different alternatives and different ways instead of animal testing to test products.
And for listening and critical thinking, we related video four to analyzing credibility. They showed real statistics in their video and they actually communicated observations instead of their inferences.